Ladies and gentlemen, I came here today to tell somebody success is not a mystery. It is not locked behind a secret door reserved only for the chosen few. No, success leaves clues. If you want to walk in victory, if you want to rise above your circumstances, then you've got to understand there are habits, there are principles, there are disciplines that high achievers live by. Your mindset is the foundation of your success. The way you think determines the way you live. If you believe in limitations, you will live a limited life. But if you believe in possibilities, doors will begin to open. High achievers understand that the real battle isn't in the physical world, it's in the mind. Before you can change your circumstances, you have to change how you think. Too many people wake up every day with a defeated mindset. They allow fear, doubt, and negativity to dictate their actions. They replay past failures, listen to the voices of discouragement, and convince themselves that they aren't good enough. But let me tell you something. Your mind is a battlefield, and you have to fight for control over it. You cannot allow negativity to take root in your thoughts. You cannot afford to entertain self-doubt. You have to guard your mind like a fortress, protecting it from anything that threatens your growth. High achievers make it a habit to feed their minds with the right information. They read books that challenge their thinking, listen to messages that inspire them, and surround themselves with people who uplift them. They don't waste time on gossip, drama, or negativity. They understand that what they consume mentally will eventually show up in their actions. If you constantly expose yourself to negativity, it will shape your perception of what is possible. But if you flood your mind with positivity, faith, and knowledge, you will begin to see yourself in a new light. One of the biggest differences between those who succeed and those who don't is perspective. Two people can go through the same struggle. One will see it as a reason to quit, and the other will see it as a reason to push harder. The difference is their mindsets. High achievers don't see obstacles as stop signs. They see them as stepping stones. They refuse to be victims of their circumstances. Instead of focusing on what's wrong, they focus on what's possible. They train their minds to see opportunities in every challenge. Guarding your mindset also means being mindful of the words you speak. Your words have power. If you constantly say, I can't, I'm not good enough, or it's too hard, you are reinforcing a negative belief system. But if you declare, I am capable, I will succeed, and nothing is impossible, you begin to align your mind with success. Speak life over yourself. So even when things seem difficult, refuse to let negativity come out of your mouth. You must be intentional about renewing your mind daily. High achievers take time every morning to set the tone for their day. They pray, meditate, affirm their goals, and visualize success. They do not allow distractions or negativity to hijack their focus. They guard their minds because they know that everything they will ever achieve begins with the thoughts they allow to take root. If you can master your mindset, you can master your destiny. Consistency doesn't come to those who wait for the perfect moment. It comes to those who show up day in and day out, no matter how they feel. High achievers understand that consistency is the key to greatness. They don't rely on motivation alone because motivation is temporary. One day you feel like taking action and the next day you don't. But discipline will carry you when motivation fades. Too many people start strong but don't finish because they only work when they feel inspired. They get excited about a goal, take a few steps, and then stop when things get hard. But high achievers know that success is built on the small daily habits that may not seem exciting in the moment, but create massive results over time. They understand that greatness isn't about what you do occasionally, it's about what you do consistently. Showing up consistently means committing to the process, even when it's uncomfortable. It means doing the work when no one is watching, when no one is clapping for you, when you don't see immediate results. The reason so many people fail is that they quit too soon. They plant seeds, but never stay long enough to see the harvest. They give up because they don't see instant success, not realizing that every effort, every repetition, and every sacrifice is building something greater beneath the surface. High achievers don't look for shortcuts. They don't wait for the right conditions. They don't let excuses dictate their actions. They show up whether they feel like it or not. They understand that success is a long game, and the only way to win is to keep playing. Even on days when they are tired, discouraged, or uninspired, they push forward because they know that consistency compounds. Every great athlete, entrepreneur, or leader you admire got to where they are because they showed up when others didn't. They practiced when others rested. They worked when others gave up. They understood that repetition creates mastery. Every skill, every breakthrough, every transformation happens through consistent effort. Talent is not enough. Without discipline, talent is wasted. One of the greatest misconceptions about success is that it happens overnight. People see the results but don't see the years of hard work behind the scenes. The truth is, success is simply the reward of small, consistent efforts multiplied over time. High achievers commit to the process, trust the journey, and refuse to let temporary discomfort stop them from reaching their goals. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to be persistent. You don't have to feel ready, you just have to take action. The more you show up, the stronger you become. The more you push through, the more resilient you get. Success isn't about luck, it's about consistency. The question is, will you keep showing up even when it's hard? Will you stay committed even when progress feels slow? Because if you do, breakthrough is inevitable. Success begins the moment you take full responsibility for your life. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you the life you dream of. High achievers understand that where they are today is a result of their past decisions, and where they will be tomorrow depends on the choices they make now. They refuse to blame their circumstances, their past, or other people for their failures. Instead, they own their actions, learn from their mistakes, and take control of their future. Too many people live their lives making excuses. They blame their upbringing, their lack of resources, or the obstacles in their way. But as long as you blame something or someone else for where you are, you give away your power to change it. High achievers don't waste time complaining about what they cannot control. They focus on what they can change. They understand that responsibility is not a burden. It is the key to freedom. When you take responsibility, you realize that your future is in your hands. Taking responsibility means accepting that your choices shape your reality. If you want to be successful, you must be willing to look in the mirror and be honest with yourself. Are your habits pushing you toward your goals, or are they holding you back? Are you making excuses, or are you making progress? Growth begins the moment you stop justifying your failures and start learning from them. Every mistake carries a lesson, but you will never learn if you keep blaming others. High achievers take responsibility even when things go wrong. They don't shift blame to their team, their boss, or the economy. Instead, they ask, what could I have done differently? This mindset keeps them in control. When you blame others, you become powerless. waiting for someone else to change before you can move forward. But when you take ownership, you can adjust, pivot, and improve. You become the master of your own destiny. One of the hardest truths to accept is that your success or failure is up to you. It's not your parents' fault. It's not society's fault. It's not luck. It's the daily decisions you make. Every action you take is either moving you closer to success or pulling you further away. High achievers don't wait for perfect conditions. They don't wait for opportunities to be handed to them. They create their own opportunities through hard work, persistence, and responsibility. Taking responsibility also means refusing to settle for less than your best. It means holding yourself to a higher standard. It means being accountable for your goals, your time, and your growth. No one will push you if you don't push yourself. No one will believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. If you want a better life, it starts with making better choices. The moment you take full responsibility for your life is the moment you take full control of your future. The moment you stop growing is the moment you start declining. High achievers understand that success is not a destination. It's a continuous journey. They never settle, never get complacent, and never assume they've learned enough. Instead, they wake up every day with a hunger to improve, to expand their knowledge, and to become better than they were yesterday. Growth is not automatic. It must be intentional. If you are not actively seeking to grow, you are unconsciously moving backward. Too many people reach a certain level of success and stop pushing themselves. They get comfortable. They think they've arrived. But the truth is, the moment you stop striving for growth, you start falling behind. The world is always changing. New opportunities arise, new challenges emerge, and new knowledge is being discovered every day. Those who stay hungry for growth adapt, evolve, and continue to rise, while those who become stagnant get left behind. High achievers approach life with a student mentality. They read books, seek mentors, attend seminars, and surround themselves with people who challenge them. They are not afraid to admit that they don't know everything. In fact, they embrace it because they understand that every day is an opportunity to learn something new. They don't see growth as a burden, they see it as a privilege. They understand that investing in themselves is the greatest investment they can make. Staying hungry for growth also means embracing discomfort. Growth does not happen in comfort zones. It happens when you challenge yourself, take risks, and push beyond your limits. High achievers don't avoid challenges, they seek them out. They welcome constructive criticism because they know that feedback is fuel for improvement. They don't fear failure because they understand that every failure carries a lesson that brings them closer to success. One of the biggest enemies of growth is arrogance. The moment you think you've made it, you stop reaching for more. The moment you believe you have nothing left to learn, you start declining. High achievers remain humble no matter how much success they attain. They recognize that there is always another level, always another skill to master, always another area to improve. They do not compare themselves to others. They compete with the best version of themselves. If you want to achieve greatness, you must develop an insatiable hunger for growth. Never let success make you complacent. Never let comfort rob you of your potential. Keep pushing, keep learning, keep striving. The best version of you is still ahead, waiting for you to step up and claim it. Growth is a choice. It doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you wake up every day committed to becoming better. It happens when you embrace challenges instead of avoiding them. It happens when you remain teachable, humble, and relentless in your pursuit of excellence. Stay hungry, stay driven, and never stop growing. Because the moment you do, you stop living up to your true potential. True success is not just about what you achieve. It's about what you give. High achievers understand that the greatest legacy is not measured by wealth, fame, or status, but by the impact they leave on others. No matter how successful you become, life is never just about you. It is about using your gifts, your resources, and your influence to serve others and make a difference in the world. Too many people chase success with a selfish mindset, thinking that fulfillment comes from accumulating more money, more power, more possessions. But in reality, the greatest satisfaction comes from giving. When you shift your focus from what can I get to how can I serve, you unlock a higher level of purpose. You begin to realize that your success is not just for you. It is a tool to uplift others, to inspire change, and to create opportunities for those who need it most. High achievers understand that true leadership is about service. The greatest leaders are not those who demand the most, but those who give the most. They don't just rise to the top and forget where they came from. They reach back and pull others up with them. They mentor, they teach, they invest in people because they know that success without significance is empty. Real fulfillment comes when you see others grow because of the seeds you planted. Giving back does not always mean donating money. It means using whatever you have to make an impact. It could be your time, your wisdom, your encouragement, or your skills. A kind word, a helping hand, or a moment of mentorship can change someone's life forever. The greatest difference you will make is not in the material things you leave behind, but in the people whose lives you touch. Serving others also keeps you grounded. It reminds you that life is bigger than your personal goals. It shifts your mindset from entitlement to gratitude. When you focus on serving, you stop complaining about what you lack and start appreciating what you have. You recognize that every blessing you receive is not just for your benefit, but for the benefit of others. The most successful people in the world are those who give the most. They understand that wealth and influence are responsibilities, not privileges. They see their platform as a way to create positive change. They don't just build businesses, they build communities. They don't just make money, they make a difference. If you truly want to live a life of impact, make service a part of your success. Find ways to give back, to uplift, to pour into others. Whether you are at the top or still climbing, always remember that true greatness is found in how you serve. When you give, you don't just change the lives of others, you change yourself. Because the more you give, the more you grow. The more you serve, the more fulfilled you become. And the legacy you leave will not be in what you earned, but in what you gave. Success without a foundation in God is like building a house on sand. It may rise for a moment, but it won't stand the test of time. High achievers who truly sustain their success understand that keeping God first is the key to lasting fulfillment, wisdom, and purpose. When you put God at the center of your life, everything else begins to align. Your decisions become clearer, your path becomes straighter, and your heart remains at peace no matter what challenges come your way. Too often people chase after success, wealth, and recognition, believing that these things will bring them happiness. They work tirelessly striving for achievements, only to find that even after reaching their goals, something still feels empty. That's because no amount of money, power, or fame can replace the presence of God in your life. True success is not measured by what you gain, but by how well you walk in the purpose that God has for you. When you keep God first, you realize that your talents, your opportunities, and even your challenges are all part of His divine plan. Keeping God first means seeking Him in every decision, not just when you need help. It means praying not only in times of trouble, but also in times of success. It means surrendering your plans to His will, trusting that He knows what is best for you even when you don't understand the path ahead. High achievers who walk with God know that their success is not just a result of their hard work. It is the result of His grace, His favor, and His divine timing. When you put God first, He gives you wisdom beyond your understanding. He strengthens you when you feel weak. He gives you clarity when confusion tries to cloud your mind. He opens doors that no one else can open and closes doors that are not meant for you. The Bible says, seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. That means when you align your life with His purpose, He will provide everything you need. One of the greatest dangers of success is pride, the belief that you achieved everything on your own. But high achievers who keep God first remain humble because they understand that every blessing, every opportunity, and every breakthrough comes from Him. They do not take credit for what God has done. Instead, they use their success to glorify Him, to serve others, and to be a light in the world. Keeping God first does not mean life will be free of struggles. Challenges will still come. Obstacles will still arise. But when God is your foundation, you will stand strong. You will have peace that surpasses understanding, faith that overcomes fear, and a purpose that keeps you moving forward. So no matter how high you rise, no matter how much success you achieve, always remember who brought you there. Keep God first and He will take you places you never imagined.